like to open an account, please.
Oh, are you saving for something?
Yep, my money's gonna save the world. We're gonna turn wind into energy! And even make it possible for the sun to power stuff. We're making farms more efficient. And turning gas into electric. No exhaust pipes, see?
We're doing all that.
We sure are.
Hello and good day. My name is Dallas Arcand. I am a three-time world champion hoop dancer, and I'd like to thank you guys for having me today. It's a great honor and a privilege to be here to share with you a little bit about the culture, a little bit about the hoop dancing. I just started out today with an honor song to honor this space, to honor Mother Earth. And that's what a lot of our dancing is really about. It's healing dances that we do to help heal and be in balance with Mother Earth. And that's what the hoop really represents. When hoop dance started out nearly 1,200 years ago, like in our ancestors' time, like way before Christopher Columbus, I'm talking about way before Canada ever became a country, our dances have always been here. Maybe not in this format, but they've been here. You know, these dances have been going for a long time. So this is the original hoop, by the way. So this is made from red willow. And so this is a natural element. Well, minus the tape, that's my little Band-Aid there. I accidentally stepped on it and broke it. So I put a Band-Aid on it so it can stay together. Anyways, this is how it's really joined together with sinew and sap. And this is red willow. And red willow is a very sacred willow in our culture because it's used for a lot of different things. Like the animals eat it, they eat the bark from it. We use it for all kinds of different things, like you know, everything from a dream catcher to making hoops for. If you ever look at, or if you ever find a really traditional drum, like I'm not talking about the fancy drum frames we got today, like those really thin wood that goes around and you know you make a nice drum out of it. No, I'm talking like pre-European times when the drums are actually made in fact out of hoops. And a lot of people don't know that, but if you join about 4 or 5 of these together, all the same size, they make a nice drum frame as well. So that's what the original drum frames are made out of. I've seen it done once or twice in my time. So I just thought I would share that and where the origin of the hoop dance comes from. This is part of it. This is part of the story, right? We're connected to the land and to the hoops and to everything. So this first dance that I'm going to do for you is it's all about connecting to the dance and to the spirit of the dance. So I'm just going to demonstrate really quick with one hoop, just to show you what the hoop dance is really about. Like when I dance into grand entries or intertribals, I always carry my one hoop, right, to connect with the dance circle, with the spirit of the dance, with the spirit of that energy, that continuous flowing energy, just like a river, right? When it flows through the earth, right? It's called the lifeblood of Mother Earth, right? So that's kind of what we're doing when we're dancing as dancers, dance in the circle, at powwows, at ceremonies, at everything like that. That's what we do. So anyways, I just thought I would share a little bit of that with you. So I'm going to dance now the first dance with just one hoop, just a really quick demonstration for you guys really quickly how hoop dancing is. This is indigenous style hoop dance, and this is what it's like. So here's the first demonstration. Well, there you go. There's the first dance demonstration for you. And I just wanted to kind of do the warm-up. For us, it's kind of like a warm-up dance and hoop dance. A lot of times when hoop dancers dance into the circle, whether it's at a powwow or a traditional gathering, we always bring it in with one hoop, right? The only time we use a lot of hoops, like what you're about to see, is when we're about to perform or share our hoop dance story. Now, this hoop dance story and all of our dances are always connected to our culture and the story. So in Cree, I'll introduce my traditional name. Nisigason Nimito Pasqua Mosto Snapio. So in Cree, I just said, my name is the Dancing Buffalo Man. So that's why on my outfit, I have these buffalo imagery, right? Like I have a buffalo on the back of my outfit. I have it on my beaded belt right here. This is fully beaded. And on my side drops, there's buffalo symbols. Even on my moccasins. I know you guys are virtual right now, so I'm trying to share as much as I can. Hopefully this green screen situation doesn't affect too much, but that's okay. That's the magic of it. That's the magic you're gonna see today. So I just wanted to share a little bit about the hoop dance and why we do it and what it all means. All dancing is healing. All dancing is healing for our people. Even for me as a dancer, it has healed my life in many different ways, more than I could even fully understand myself. And I am grateful for all the beautiful things that have been gifted to me as a hoop dancer. This has truly been a gift of life, and I'm grateful for it. It's given me a life. It's given me a lot of opportunities to travel. It's given me good health. It's given me good vibes, and you know, it's given me many opportunities to travel around the world, and that's what I love about hoop dancing. And when I first started out, I didn't really know much. So anyways, for this next dance that you're gonna see, I'm gonna dance with 20 hoops. Now this one is can be very complicated for the most part, but with 20 hoops, that's what I started out dancing with. Well, I only learned 5 in the beginning, but then I branched out from there. And where we are in Treaty 6 territory, this is Treaty 6, Edmonton area is basically Treaty 6, so all across Edmonton, I mean central Alberta to central Saskatchewan, that's Treaty 6 territory. And there's a lot of individual bands and First Nations that are connected to it along the way, whether it's Cree, maybe the Dene, Nakota Sioux, the Assiniboine, I imagine. I don't quite know the Saskatchewan side so well, but I know that we're all kind of connected in one way or another with Treaty 6. It was signed in 1876, so way before Alberta even became a province, this treaty has been in existence amongst my nation. I come from the Alexander First Nation. Alexander is just a little outside of the city here. It's about a half-an-hour drive. And it's my community. I have a lot of family there. I have a lot of history there. We have an annual powwow there as well. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today in respect of you know, my culture and where we come from and all that. I wanted to share a little bit of the history of that. Now with these 20 hoops, even the way I set up my hoops is there's meaning to it. There's purpose to it, right? There's all kinds of connections right there. There's all kinds of teachings right there. That's the medicine wheel over there, right? That's the 4 directions. Each hoop is pointing in each direction, right? So the 4 directions, and the one in the center is the one for the balance, right? It's representing for the balance, the circle, right? The hoop, it's representing for that. And then these hoops right here, right in front of the 4, that's the rest of the hoops. So that would be, you know, 15 hoops sitting there. But they all are coordinated and such, and they're set up even in a floral pattern. So I have this 4 pattern. 4 is a very important number in our culture because 4 represents for the 4 directions, represents for the 4 parts of the medicine wheel, represents for the 4 seasons. So there it is in balance with nature, because this dance has a lot of land-based teachings in it that they can be seen within the dance. And as we progress in the dance as hoop dancers, we always put it forward to learn and extract more teachings. The more we do this, the more we go out there on the land and learn things. That's the most important thing. So without further ado, I'm going to perform the hoop dance with 20 hoops for you guys. So here we go, and this is the sound of the Northern Cree Singers. Look, the egg is in the eagle's nest. Some would say that it kind of looks like a nest, a basket. But yeah, it's an old story. You know, we talk about life a lot in our dancing. Everything relates back to how we live our life, how we see life is just one big continuous circle. Now, I do have a little bit of time for questions. I was sent some questions, and these are fairly common standard questions I get asked a lot in hoop dance. A lot of people ask me because I've been doing this for a long time. Like when I started this, there wasn't a lot of hoop dancers in my area. I only ever heard of the odd hoop dancer, but I didn't really see them. I didn't grow up with it. I didn't have it in my family. You know, I was adopted too, but you know, still in First Nations, I stayed in the community. But yet I still didn't know much about hoop dancing and culture, and I didn't even know that I had the right to do any of these dances, because at one time it was pretty much illegal for First Nations, for our people to practice their culture, like powwows, potlatches, whatever, you know, any type of traditional gatherings. Even at one time, our elders were even punished for speaking the language. You know, I remember hearing stories of how they used to get their mouth washed out with soap because they spoke the language, right? They were trying to assimilate our people, which wasn't good. But now we're in that path of reconciliation. So how old was I when I started learning hoop dancing? Well, I was roughly around 13 or 14 years old. And hoop dancing actually saved my life, because if it wasn't for hoop dancing, I probably would have went down a bad path in life. I probably would have ended up in jail. I was actually in jail when I decided to not take my freedom for granted anymore. So I was in jail at 13 years old, and yeah, I grew up poor and I grew up in the hood, right? So a lot of times I would get in trouble just for hanging around with the wrong crowd, doing the wrong things. And that's what I mean when I say hoop dancing saved me. It saved me in a big way, because it gave me purpose. It gave me connection to my culture. It gave me pride in who I was, and when I wasn't so proud of the things I was doing at the time, right? And it made my community and my people, my family, proud of me. So for that, I'm very thankful. So that was around the age I started dancing. I've been doing it now for just about 30 years. Pretty much 30 years I've been doing hoop dancing. What made me interested in hoop dancing? As I said before, my culture, connection, and the magic. The pure magic of the hoop dance is really what enticed me the most, because I was, as a kid, which kid doesn't like magic? Like, come on, guys. Everybody loves magic, you know? Magic shows are awesome. So as a kid, I really related to that. Now, do I have to do a lot of training? Yes, I do. Well, to dance at my level, yeah, you know, at the world championship level, that takes a lot of commitment, a lot of training. You know, you can't eat too much Indian tacos. You gotta kind of have somewhat of a strict diet and a lifestyle. You gotta be able to get up in the mornings and go for a jog, eat right, sleep right, you know, all those things. You know, I'm not perfect by all means. I'm a human being. I sometimes I do get a little lazy at times, and I pay for it later, you know. So, but for the most part, it's always good to pay it forward. Now, where does hoop dancing come from? Well, that was a question I asked a lot when I first started. The elders always told me it came from our ancestors, right? It came from our people, right? It came from our traditions. It came from a healing ceremony. Originally, the hoop dance was a ceremony, and it wasn't like a performance like how it is today. It was originally just a ceremony, and it wasn't for public display or anything like that. And they say, like, if you really want to know, like, a lot of people say it came from Taos Pueblo. it was born in there, and Tony Whitecloud was one of the ones that made it famous. He was one of the very first ones to make it mainstream. Because Indigenous performing arts, it didn't really exist, really. Like, if you think back 50 years, there's no history of Indigenous people in the performing arts doing Indigenous things, that is, you know. So anyways, what's my favorite animal or formation to make? I'd have to say the bear. When I did the bear, I love doing the bear one because it's like so big and massive, and it's like you could feel the power and the spirit of the bear. That's my favorite. Now, do I have a favorite hoop dancer? Yes, I do. I have a few of them. Unfortunately, in 2020, we lost a good friend and a brother, fellow hoop dancer, Dakota Lawrence. He was one of my all-time favorites. You know, him and I went head-to-head for years. You know, he was like a little brother to me, and you know, I just loved the dude. He was such an amazing hoop dancer. But his teacher, who he used to call his master, like if he was still around, he'd be still saying, my master, Derek Davis. Derek Suwama Davis is the greatest of all time in my books, because he's won 8 hoop dance championships, like way more than me, man. But he's from down there, so he kind of has the advantage. But I like the dude because he keeps it real. His outfit is authentically made by the people in the Hopi village, right down in the Mesa there. And he dances with wooden hoops, and he only uses 5 hoops, and this guy's like super amazing. But I have a lot of favorites too. I do like Patrick Willey's style. I like James Jones is from our area. You guys might know him as Notorious Crease, a friend of mine. I really like what he's come up with. He came from the same place as me, you know, Edmonton. So, you know, if you grew up in Edmonton, you'd know it's kind of rough here for natives at times, you know, and it's just like Winnipeg. Winnipeg and Edmonton are kind of the same. But anyways, yeah, so that's my answers to my question, and that's my presentation for today. So thank you so much for having me. It's been a great honor and a privilege. And if you want to learn more, follow me on TikTok. I'm Celtic Cree on TikTok, and on Instagram, Celtic_Cree, or else go to Facebook, Dallas Arcand Hoops. Thank you. Have a good day.